Welcome to tonight's webinar, everyone. I am going to go ahead and share my screen with you all so that you can see what we will be talking about today. And I'm going to go ahead and get going with this webinar today. I am out of town right now doing this, but I'm really glad that you all have hopped on and that you are going to learn a little bit tonight about the differences between CBD oil and COPAIBA oil, which are pretty great differences. So I'm really glad that you all are joining me today. First of all, doTERRA oils have drastically improved my life, and I'm very excited to have this opportunity to share the benefits of COPAIBA oil with you all. And once again, as normal, I have my script so that I can follow along and not get off track and make sure that you get all the information that you need. But let me just tell you what today's goal is for this webinar. Today's goal is to discuss the differences between CBD oil and doTERRA's COPAIBA essential oil, like I mentioned already. So what is CBD? Let's talk about this a little bit. The term CBD is short for cannabidiol, which is a naturally occurring chemical compound that is found in the cannabis plant. So unlike its cousin it's cannabidiol, which is not like its cousin cannabinol. Now cannabinol is THC, but CBD is not psychoactive like THC is. They are two different compounds from the plant. So CBD is often taken to impart feelings of relaxation and calm, whereas the THC has more of a psychoactive effect on the person who is taking it. Cannabinoids are produced naturally in our bodies. You might not know that, but we actually do produce those within our bodies. And the ones that are produced in our bodies are called endocannabinoids. So the cannabinoids that come from plants, such as CBD oil or CBD, are called phytocannabinoids, phyto meaning plant, and cannabinoid meaning cannabinoid. So anything that triggers the endocannabinoid system in our body is considered to be a cannabinoid. So that is important information to have about that. Before discussing the benefits of cannabinoids, it's very important to understand how they work in the body. For this, we turn to the endocannabinoid system that I mentioned. The ECS, the endocannabinoid system, plays a very important role in regulating many body functions that we have, vital functions within our body, including the inflammatory system, the immune system, sleep, appetite, digestion, pain receptors. All of these are regulated by the endocannabinoid system. So the endocannabinoids are made by the body and they activate your cannabinoid receptors. There are two types of cannabinoid receptors. They are the CB1 and CB2 receptors. CB1 receptor is primarily associated with pleasure and reward pathways, while the CB2 receptors are found mainly in the immune system in the body. CBD directly interacts with both the CB1 and the CB2 receptors in the body. However, there's some evidence that suggests that this interaction is so weak that it's not very consequential. It's relatively inconsequential. Despite the weak interaction, CBD still does affect your endocannabinoid system indirectly by a different mechanism. In-depth discussions of these mechanisms are beyond kind of what we are talking about in today's webinar, but it's important to understand the distinction of directly impacting the ECS, the endocannabinoid system receptors, versus indirectly creating a similar effect. So that is one point that I want to make sure that you guys understand. Receptor activity is one of the most significant distinctions between CBD oil and COPAIBA essential oil. Essential oils have a complete plant chemistry. Because of this, essential oils have a direct receptor activity, not an indirect receptor activity. This means that the interaction between COPAIBA essential oil and the cannabinoid receptors is not dependent on any other mechanism. The direct action triggers a rapid and immediate response. And that is one of the main ways that copaiba oil differs from CBD oil, which has an indirect effect on the endocannabinoid system. So now that the more psychological stuff is out of the way, let's take a little bit of time to talk about copaiba oil. Copaiba oil comes from a fragrant tropical tree that's native to South America. Like all of doTERRA's essential oils, copaiba oil goes through a very stringent processing process to produce a certified pure therapeutic grade product. The copaiba is a naturally towering tree in tropical rainforests in South America, and for hundreds of years, traditional healers in northern Brazil have used copaiba trees for their health benefits. Before we get into the benefits, let's talk about other aspects of CBD oil that users need to consider as well. It's certainly easy to get swept up in all of the popularity and the trend of taking CBD oil because it's touted for its benefits in everything from dog treats to gummies. And I'm sure you've seen those on the market. Maybe you've taken them yourself. However, more research is needed in the area of CBD. In fact, the reason research on CBD oil is lagging is due to legal and research limitations. Additionally, the FDA acknowledges that some companies are marketing products containing cannabis and cannabis-derived compounds in ways that violate Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, which is the FD&C Act. And they may put the health and safety of consumers at risk. So the conclusion from that is that the health benefit claims may be premature. They may very well be true, but they also may be premature and definitely need more scientific backing to make those official claims. The legality of CBD oil is a complex issue. The 2018 Act, that FD&C Act, did not remove the FDA's authority to regulate products containing cannabis or cannabis-derived compounds under that act and the Public Service Act. So basically, this means that any product containing cannabis or cannabis compounds like CBD is still subject to the same laws as any other drug or dietary supplement. So this includes CBD oil. So CBD oil cannot be sold as a dietary supplement because the FDA has not approved THC or CBD under the FD&C Act. Many people swear by the benefits of CBD and that it has helped them with a slew of health conditions, including back pain, osteoarthritis, and even cancer. But the only approved health use of CBD as of now is the seizure drug Epidiolex. Despite having many other suspected benefits, right now studies are currently underway to understand those potential benefits. But as of right now, that seizure medication, Epidiolex, I'm sorry, that's a tough one for me to do this late at night. That is the only way that it is actually approved to use for health right now by the FDA. So it is not proven or approved for any other use whatsoever. And while you can pretty much purchase CBD containing products anywhere, seriously, like in the gas station and at the grocery store and in pretty much any shop that you go into, there really is no guarantee that you are getting what is on the label. And that is so important. When it comes to verifying product purity, third-party testing is really the best way to do that. However, it's not required, and many products can skip paying the fees to ensure that the products are pure. So this is a real concern. In fact, a 2017 journal of the American Medical Association, there was a study that they published that tested 84 different CBD products. And the study found that only 26% of them, actually that 26% of them contained lower doses that were stated on the label and are on the bottle. So there's also a lot of confusion regarding dosing, like how much do you take for a certain amount of effectiveness and that sort of thing. So how much to take and how often doesn't follow any specific guidelines because CBD is only approved for treating seizures and not for anything else. So it all comes down to guesswork when you're trying to figure out, how much CBD oil do I need to be effective. There's a lot of guesswork and there's trial and error to find the right amount that might offer benefits to you. So now that you have a little bit better understanding about CBD oil, let's look at another option, which is COPAIBA oil. So we've already covered that this oil comes from a tropical tree in South America. It's native to South America, and it works directly on the cannabinoid receptors. So before I explain the benefits, let's take a moment just to understand essential oils in general, not just COPAIBA oil. Plants contain highly concentrated compounds known as essential oils. These essential oils give a plant its aroma. It also protects it from its harsh environment and conditions like insects and things like that. And then it even plays a part in plant pollination. So you may not have known that essential oils in plants actually help in the pollination process. So essential oil use is not a fad, but rather a long-time tradition that started centuries ago in civilizations all over the world. With advancing technology, improved quality, potency, and safety, essential oils are now more accessible and easy to use in everyday life. And additionally, we have increasing scientific evidence and research to show the effectiveness and safe nature of essential oils. There is research, many research studies that are currently being done right now at major research hospitals across the country. So that's very, very exciting. It's important to note that not all essential oils are created equally. The exact process for producing an essential oil will vary depending on what type of plant the oil comes from. However, the basic idea is that plants go through a specific distillation process. Essential oils reside in different parts of the plant, and they're often found in microscopic amounts. So during the distillation process, machinery will actually separate the essential oil from the original plant part. So an example of that is that when citrus oils are produced, machinery is used to separate the essential oil from the citrus fruit's rind, whether you're talking about a wild orange oil or a lemon oil or a lime or grapefruit oil. That is how that is done. The purity of an oil can change depending on geographic location, distillation process and methods. It can depend on the weather and many other factors. But no matter how well a plant is selected or cared for or harvested, the quality of essential oils can either be preserved or destroyed during the distillation process. Because of the attention to detail and the precision necessary in distillation, it becomes less of a process and more of an art form, really. Distillers must be precise and pay very careful attention to harvesting methods, temperatures, time of the year, distillation, the amount of pressure used, and other factors like that. So when purchasing essential oils, just like CBD oils, purity should definitely be a significant concern for you. An essential oil that isn't pure means that you run the risk of putting germs, heavy metals, or adulterants onto or into your body, which can provoke irritation, adverse effects, or even sickness. So purity is of the utmost importance. doTERRA takes purity very, very seriously. In fact, doTERRA created its own testing process, calling it its CPTG, or Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade process. So the CPTG process certifies that there are no added fillers, no synthetic ingredients, no harmful chemicals in their essential oils that would reduce their efficacy or cause any kind of health risks or safety concerns. doTERRA even goes a little bit of a step further, actually a lot further, putting all of their products and packaging through a battery of tests to ensure a long and effective shelf life. So your oils aren't going to go rancid and be unusable for you. This protocol ensures potency, purity, and consistency from batch to batch, every single batch. So now we can get back to COPAIBA oil a little bit. COPAIBA oil supports the health of the cardiovascular system, the nervous system, digestive, immune, and respiratory systems. So its benefits are wide-ranging. The main constituent of COPAIBA oil is beta-caryophyllene, which is also present in black pepper oil, if you didn't know that. What beta-caryophyllene does is that it supports soothing anxious feelings, and in addition to its emotional benefits, beta-caryophyllene promotes healthy nervous and cardiovascular and immune system function. It also contains powerful antioxidants, so it is a very, very powerful antioxidant to your body. doTERRA copaiba oil is sourced in Brazil from 4 different species of copaiba. By harnessing the benefits of the most potent copaiba species, a maximum potency of essential oil is obtained. So copaiba has a very pleasant, spicy, woody aroma. It's a very earthy aroma. I really like it. It's a wonderful oil to turn to at the end of the day, especially if you've had a stressful day, because it can help calm emotions and soothe anxious feelings. That's what the beta-caryophyllene does in that oil, and it's very effective. So how can we use copaiba essential oil? Well, there are 3 different ways that we can use essential oils in general, and copaiba oil is no different. The first thing you can do is use the method of diffusing. So diffusing or inhaling copaiba oil is very relaxing and soothing. You can add a few drops to your diffuser for emotional support. The second way that we use essential oils is topically. So with copaiba oil, due to its beautifying effect on the skin, copaiba oil is widely used in cosmetics. So what it does with your complexion is that it promotes a clear and smooth complexion. It can be combined with cedar wood and diluted with fractionated coconut oil and applied topically. Or you can just drop a drop of copaiba oil into your current facial moisturizer that you're using to help keep your skin clear and to reduce the appearance of blemishes. So what I usually like to do with my oils that have good facial benefits is that I will use doTERRA's hydrating cream, which is in a pot, and it's a very moisturizing cream, and I will add my oils to that cream and mix it up and then apply that as my nighttime moisturizer, and it works really well. So the third way that we can use essential oils is internally, and copaiba is no different in that respect either. So copaiba can be used internally for increased cellular support, and you can take it internally alone, or you can combine it with frankincense for this. For digestive support at meal times, you can combine it with peppermint. What I would suggest is maybe adding a drop or 2 of copaiba oil to water or juice or tea to support the health of your cardiovascular system and your immune system, digestive, nervous, and respiratory systems. And did you know that copaiba oil can provide antioxidant support when ingested as well? So you can, and what I like to do normally with copaiba oil, taking it internally, is just to drop 1 or 2 drops under my tongue as part of my health regimen. So I will normally do that at night before I go to bed because it is so calming and relaxing, and it really helps me to be able to get to sleep quickly and to sleep really soundly and get a good night's sleep during the night. So you might think about doing that. I know I've shared a lot of information today. This has kind of been chock full of good information, but here are the key things that you want to remember when you're comparing CBD oil and copaiba essential oil. CBD oil is relatively new compared to copaiba oil. Copaiba oil dates back centuries, and CBD is definitely newer than that. And while the uses of CBD oil are very promising, more research definitely is needed to be able to make official health benefits about that. The third thing is that copaiba oil works directly on cannabinoid receptors, and CBD has an indirect effect, so it uses other mechanisms and doesn't directly affect the endocannabinoid system. Fourth, doTERRA copaiba oil goes through very stringent testing to ensure the highest quality and purity of the oil, as do all other doTERRA essential oils. And then lastly, there is no current standard for purity or potency for CBD or any generic essential oil brands, but doTERRA has the CPTG promise that you are going to be getting oils that are free from adulterants, free of synthetics, from chemicals, from pesticides, from anything that could cause any negative side effects or harm to your body. So I really love doTERRA copaiba oil, and I wanted to share with you a quick video that kind of shows you why I love this oil so much. So let me click on over to that, and play this video for you. Okay.
Been used in traditional health practices of northern Brazil. COPAIBA essential oil supports the health of the cardiovascular, nervous, digestive, immune, and respiratory systems. doTERRA COPAIBA essential oil is sourced in Brazil from large towering trees that grow in tropical rainforests in South America. With a pleasant, spicy, and woody aroma, COPAIBA can help soothe anxious feelings and is a wonderful oil to turn to at the end of a stressful day. It also has a plethora of benefits when taken internally. COPAIBA's main chemical component is beta-caryophyllene, a chemical similar to cannabinoids found in cannabis. However, beta-caryophyllene does not contain psychoactive qualities like cannabinoids. Beta-caryophyllene may protect nerve cells and may also support the cardiovascular and immune systems. When the beta-caryophyllene molecules in COPAIBA attach to receptor sites within the immune system, it sets off a cascade of positive effects, like a key unlocking a door to possibilities. You can take 1 to 2 drops of COPAIBA in a capsule morning and night, or take drops under the tongue.
And that's what I do.
For increased cellular support, combine COPAIBA with frankincense. Due to its beautifying effect on the skin, COPAIBA may be combined with cedarwood or blue tansy and applied topically.
So I really love that
COPAIBA trees have been used in traditional health practice.
Okay, close that out. So I really love that video because it kind of goes ahead and wraps up everything that we talked about already in this. And oh gosh, my laptop battery is running low, so I'm going to wrap it up. But you saw in that video, and you can access that video anytime on doTERRA's YouTube channel. It kind of summed up everything that we talked about tonight, so I really like that and how it explains it. For more in-depth information, you can check out some sources that I will post in the comments when I update this on YouTube. So if you want to refer back to that, there are several links that I will link to in the comments that you can take a look at and research a little bit more for yourself. And lastly, I just want to thank you all for coming tonight. When it comes to health and wellness, there are so many options to choose from. We're bombarded every day with different choices where our health and wellness is concerned. But before taking anything that makes health claims, it's really important to understand the science behind the product. And doTERRA is definitely the only essential oil company that I trust because of the science and the research and the testing that goes into it, and their CPTG guarantee. So if you would like to try a sample of COPAIBA oil, please reach out to me or to the person who has shared doTERRA with you. I would love to connect you with the products that my family and I use and love, and talk with you about any health goals that you have. The new year and decade is coming up quickly, and I know that we all want it to be our best decade yet. So I would love to talk with you and share with you a little bit and help you I don't know, just talk through some of your health goals for the new year and the new decade, and see where it is that you would like to be, you know, in the next few months, and work with you on a plan for that. So I am going to go ahead and get out of this right now, and I am going to stop, let's see. I'm going to stop sharing my screen with you and see if maybe, if it's possible, if I can figure it out, that we do some questions and answers with that. So, but as for the webinar, that part is over, and I thank you so much for joining me for that. I'm going to stop recording now.